I see.
So, yeah, let's see. So, I think
Okay.
you guys wanted to understand about topic from FRM level 1 that was from paper 3 and duration, right? So, let's see. And yes,
Oh,
before if you if you haven't subscribed our YouTube channel yet, so please do that also. With that, you will keep getting notifications about new videos that are posted on our channel. So I assume that you already have done, but in case if you haven't done, please do that. Okay.
okay.
Thank you. And yes, you will find that we will try to stimulate your thought process in context of duration, and in general, we try to stimulate thought process in context of FRM and uh, broadly in risk management area. I'll come to
Mm,
this later at the end, but yeah, for now, let's see. I think you guys had a issue on the duration. I mean, mainly
yeah.
how to calculate in or no calculator, but let me just first give you briefing about what duration is. So, in case if you
Okay.
already know something about this, you can tell me upfront. I can just directly jump on numerical. Do you know what duration is?
I think it's the amount of time that is required or to get all your coupon payments.
So it is, so just to add, it is an average time
Okay.
that you may need to get your investment back.
Okay.
So if I were to tell you a little bit more on this, so like say you bought a bond of dollar 100. Okay. And likewise, what will happen? This entire, so it's 5-year maturity bond, just for sake of understanding. So what will happen? This you will not get this entire 100 at 5th year unless it is zero coupon bond. What will happen? Some amount of inflows will be you at first year, at second year, at third year, and those will be coupon payments, right? So
Yes.
eventually there is some inflow that is happening, cash inflow, I would say, that is
Mm-hmm.
happening in between also. So it is not that entire 100 that you are receiving on a 5th year. So we can calculate certain time wherein we at least have uh, our our half of the amount with us. So say uh, half of amount of this would be 50, and
50.
like on 30th year of, if you calculate PVs of this, so there would be some point in between, say over here like it's 40. So to get something more, I mean intuitively it would be between fourth and fifth year. So it is first year, second year, third year, fourth year, and fifth year. So
Mm,
eventually it would be some point between 4 and 5 years wherein you have your duration in between, wherein you are getting your $50. Because see what is happening, if I were to give some weights, uh major payment is happening at this year, fifth year, 110. These are very less payments. Like if I were to compare, if I were to say it is, if it is 100 kg, these are 10 kgs, 10 kgs. If I talk about weight of the matter, so like if I were to give some point wherein if I were to keep some balance, like that's the duration point wherein you receive
mm,
half of your cash flow back. So it would be somewhere between, in this case, it would be somewhere between 4 and 5 year, because like you may notice that these are very tiny payments. So major of
mm,
payment is happening over here. So this balance would get shifted towards right. So that's the interpretation of the duration. And how it is calculated, it is like as I said, this 10, but it has to be it has to be PV. So you have to calculate the present value of it, and weight of this would be like these are your weights. I mean, it's first year, second year. So these are your TIs, and product of these. So you can just do some product and divide it by the price of the bond, that will give you the Macaulay duration. And Macaulay duration's interpretation is this thing, like a time, I would say it was an average investment, time at which get your average amount back. That is half of your amount is returned to you, or you can say it's kind of a payback amount, I would say.
Mm,
So average time to
okay.
get your investment back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that explanation. And is there like a shortcut way to calculate it using the financial calculator?
Yes. See what is happening in exam point of view, this won't be of that important. In exam, usually what is important is modified duration and duration. These are the most important topics from the exam point of view, because you won't be, see, FRM is an exam wherein you are not tested on the calculation, but mainly on the
Okay.
understanding. So modified duration is something which is mostly asked, and these are two formulas for modified duration. And I'll just show you one example using this, how you can calculate duration on your financial calculator using this formula.
Oh,
So let me go back.
okay.
So say for example, there is a 15-year option free bond. So your time is maturity is 15 years. Okay. And
Yes.
annual coupon is 7%. And compute the duration of a bond for a 10 basis point increase. So in this way, you are asked to calculate. So like over here, if your coupon, or I mean, if your interest rate goes up by say 10 basis point, what is your
Mm.
duration? And if your yield or interest rate decreases by 10 basis point, what is duration that you have to calculate? So I would say your delta y would be, when I say 10 basis point, it's like 10 over 10,000.
Mm.
If I just decrease this, and if I interpret this amount, it would be 0.001. I can say that it is 0.1%. So eventually what is happening, you had to calculate duration when your yield is 7.1%. Like
Yeah.
from this, it increases to 0.1%. And when it decreases by 1%, when it decreases, and here increases. So when I say 1% decrease in this, it would be how much?
6.9.
9%. So this is what you are supposed to calculate. Now in Calci, what you will do, you will first calculate the formula of duration.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Sorry to stop you a bit. So we just do the normal inputs. The according to the calculator, it's NIP, PMT, and FV. So you need to have four of those to calculate, to be able to calculate the other, right? So in this case, the one out of the five, we are being asked to calculate the I. No, it would be N. Huh?
in
Yeah.
this in this case, like first point, you mentioned it correctly, that we have to do substitution to calculate bond price. Mainly, see, I'm interested in, so I was writing duration formula. Your duration formula is change in price upon your price and with respect to change in yield. So how your price is changing, so first I will calculate when your yield goes up, I'll do one calculation. When I yield goes up down, I'll calculate the price. So I'm interested in calculating price. So initially, when my
Oh,
coupon was 7%, my bond was trading at par. Now what I'll see, if my yield is going up to, that is IY. As per Calci, if your IY is going to 7.1%, what is your new
your
price?
price will, your
So
price will be down. It will decrease.
perfect, yeah. So price final would be, say, I mean, you can just put in your Calci, like IY as 7.1%, and PMT would be like PMT would be 7 itself only, because coupon is not going to change. Your N is 15, and what else we have to substitute?
Um, N15 coupon.
I think we are done. You can just put in a future value, you can just put in uh, future value as 100 and you can calculate PV, compute PV. So this will
Yeah.
get you.
But why do we put 100 future value as 10? It's suppose there's a there's no, I know it's a par bond.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah. Suppose there is a 15-year-old option-free non-callable bond with an annual coupon trading at par. Okay,
mm.
I see that, but why do we assume 10? Or is it always the assumption that if we're not given the future value and it's a par bond, then it's FV is 100?
Yeah, future value is 100. So what's the question on that?
Did they say that it's 100?
See, it's a definition of the bond. Uh, when you when you at maturity, you are going to get your face value, nothing else. So currently it's trading at par, but eventually on irrespective of market interest rate, on maturity, you will get your 100 back. That's
Okay.
something which is a base definition of the bond. On maturity,
Oh,
let's say it's a 15 years. So and at 15th year, you are going to get your only 100.
okay.
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 So your IY is 7.1%, PMT is 7, that is dollar 7, and is 15 future value. Can you help me with the PV? What PV you are
So are
getting?
we not getting, sorry, maybe if I keep going back, right?
No,
So
no,
the
tell
if
me.
the coupon, I thought the last payment would be the principal plus the coupon, the coupon payment.
That's correct, yeah. But what's happening, when you put in Calci, you're saying 10 is n equal to 15 and PMT equal to 7. So Calci by default, the coupon at maturity is factored in this calculation. So when you are saying N15,
Oh,
that's the idea.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I see.
yeah,
I'm with you now.
yeah. So can you tell me what's the price if you have Calci with you? Can you tell me what's the,
Calculator. Okay,
yeah,
let me just clear the time value. Oh, because I was doing some calcs now. Let me just some clear. So I is 7.1.
percent,
Um
7.1%.
Okay, 7.1%. And then the payment is 7. So the payment, I'm gonna put it as negative so that
No,
uh
payment would be positive 7.
okay, that's fine. N is 15, and then future value is 100, and then you want the present value 99.09.
Correct, that's correct. I think you have set it up till some decimal. There would be some more decimals, but it's fine. I think two decimals.
0.9493.
Yeah, 49.
Four, yeah.
So, like this is your price when your yield goes to 7.1%. So now what you will do, uh, your price is as you expected that your price will go down. So your final price when your yield is up, it's 0. Let me just round it off this to this decimal place. And and your initial price was 100 when it was,
Oh, 100, yes.
and at initial price was also 100. So it is 100, and your delta y was, if I write in the absolute number instead of percentage, this is how it will look like. Can you calculate it for me?
So my delta y, when it's a 10 basis point increase, right?
Yeah.
So a 10 basis point is a 0.1%. Okay. Yeah, I see. All right.
Can you calculate it this fraction for me?
Okay, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Like when you are doing when you're doing in the calculator, right? You type the numerator. So I had the previous price that I calculated, right? That 99.09.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did is I just subtracted 100.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know
Mm-hmm.
how I can store it so
Yeah.
that I can, yeah, can you please show me how to store that in the
So
calculator?
So there would be a button on the left hand side called as STO. So whatever is
Yes,
number on your screen, if you want to store that there, did you find STO button?
yes, I did.
So if you just if say there is a number say 99.095 on your screen, and if you want to store this, you can just press STO1, and wherever you want to store, say you want to store in number one. So these are your memory slots. So like it if you click on store and hit one, this number would get stored in one. And if you want to
Oh,
recollect it, there is a button called RCL. So that will recall this value and it would be displayed back on your
oh,
screen if
yes,
you
I
need.
see it. Okay, I see it. Okay, I see. Okay, all right. So then I've recalled it. Then I have to divide by
Say if I were to just if I multiply, you can
zero
just
point one.
yeah, that's correct. So
So
just
zero
divide
point.
that by 0.1, see how much you're getting.
Okay, I'm getting 9.05.
Yeah, that's correct. That's like 9.05. So it would be negative. And what does this
Yeah,
negative sign
negative.
signifies? It signifies there is an inverse relation between price of a bond and the interest rate. So your duration would be always negative because if you
Oh
recollect,
wow.
yeah, you if you recollect your price yield relationship of the bond is like this.
Mm.
So if
Oh
you
wow. Okay.
yeah, if your yield is going up, say my initial yield was this, my final yield is this. So what is happening when you are changing delta y? So on this is a yield, but this of course it's a axis and this is a y axis. So when there is an increase, when you are moving from yi to yf, what is happening to price? Price is coming. So this was an initial price, this was a final price. So over here it is an increase, but in a y coordinate there is a decrease in the price. So that's why this negative sign is signifying that increase in yield will lead to decrease in price. That's the only interpretation of
Oh
the
wow.
negative sign.
Oh wow. You've made it so simple. You explained it so well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad to hear
Oh
that. And yeah, so this was with increase in yield. Would you like to try with 6.9 or you will take it as a homework?
yeah. Let me try it. So if already I've done it's in the memory, right?
Mm,
Can I just overwrite by just the I only and then keep the others?
that's
Or
correct.
do I
Yeah.
have to
Yeah,
clear
yeah. In fact,
everything?
that's the time effective way of doing it. Yeah.
Okay. So I can just override, right? So now the new rate is 6.9
Nine. Perfect.
I.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, 6.9, and then I then compute the price.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much is the price?
It's 100.916. So
So
it makes sense because now the rate went down, the
yeah.
price went up.
In a similar way, how we argued for increase in yield, you can argue for a decrease in yield. So you will see your y coordinate will go up when your x coordinate is decreasing.
Yes.
Okay. And in the same way, so like duration is like now I think you got 100 point. How much was that?
100.916.
916 minus 100 over 100 into 0.001. Can you help me with the
Okay.
duration?
Okay, divided by 0.01. 91.657.
How much? Yeah, divide that by
Nine.
100.
Oh, that I did. Okay, let me do this. Um, so I've got that, and then I need to subtract 100,
Mm-hmm.
and then let me store it. Then let me recall it. Then divide by is it
So it's like
0.1?
yeah, it's like 100 into
It
0.001. So
okay.
eventually it would be zero point 0.1. So this difference would get multiplied by 10. That's the whole idea. If you want to do it simply,
Yes.
so it
Yes.
would be like
That's
9.16.
9.16. Yes.
And
Nine point one six
like how we had negative sign over here, now we will have negative
positive.
sign from here because yield has gone down. So this delta y would be negative, right? Because it
Mm,
has gone from it was gone from 7 to 6.9. So this is your
mm,
final yield, this is your initial yield. So this negative sign would come from delta y now, and ultimately it would be negative 9.16 duration
mm.
when your yield is going down, and this is when your
Uh,
yield is going up. So in exam,
so,
I would, yeah,
oh, sorry. Can you? I understand the first one, the duration going down. Um,
duration is
but
not
on the
going
second
down.
one,
Duration is, see, okay, let me explain in a proper way. So when your delta y is going up, so this
yeah.
is a delta y going up, your price goes down. So there is a
Oh,
inverse relation. Again, over here, an inverse relation. When your delta y is going up, your delta p is going high. So eventually, if one variable is going up, other is going down, and vice versa.
oh,
That's why
it's
it's a
always
negative relation.
negative.
That's why in both cases we
Oh,
have negative relation. If both variables goes up, then you will not have I mean, basically the slope of this function would be positive. This negative sign won't be there.
oh.
This
Okay, I see. Yes, I
does it
see.
make
It's like a
sense?
gradient type of thing. Yes, it's a slope. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it makes sense. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
So duration is a kind
Okay.
of slope of bond price graph. And so, exam point of view, that's why I was emphasizing, don't focus on this Macaulay duration. Just understand the interpretation that it's a time you need to get your investment back. So, somewhere like, I mean, just ignore the 100/2, but yeah, it's a time that it's a payback period. Say some businesses are investing just in a layman language. If someone is investing 100 million, in how many years he will get his money back? That's the
I
payback period. So
see.
that's the Macaulay duration. But in finance, mostly or exam point of view, it's this duration, that is modified duration, that is calculated. This is also follow formula you can use for calculating same duration. But over here again, you have to calculate this duration, substitute over here, and get your, say, your, in this case, 7.1 to check impact on this duration, put
Mm.
6.9, check impact on this duration. That will give you modified duration, what we were calculating earlier. But in calci, this becomes easier for you. You can calculate bond prices when your yield changes, and check the impact on the impact of the yield change
Mm.
on your bond price.
So will they always say calculate the if they say calculate the bond duration, then I know that I'll be calculating the if you go back to this previous slide, it will be the last one. And then if they ask that calculate the modified duration,
Hmm.
then I will use the duration that I calculated and just divide that by that 1 plus y
See,
over m.
yeah, see, eventually these are same these are formula to calculate same thing, but usually in exam, this is something which is usually asked. But yeah, you should know these formula as well. But important one is this one. Usually how they question are asked, you might be given duration, you might be given the rest of the stuff. You may be asked what would be the impact of yield change if the duration is this, calculate delta p, change in price. That's how the questions are usually asked.
Okay. Wow. So that is so nice. So, like, do you do classes? Do you conduct classes?
Yeah,
Do
we
we?
do
Because
conduct.
you know what where I am now, right?
Mm.
I've studied book one, book three, and now I'm on book four. So with book two, it's statistical stuff that I know already.
Yeah.
So, and I'm writing in May. Would you advise that I now start doing question papers?
I mean,
You
so
think it's a
yes,
good time to?
You're saying
to
that
do
your paper two is pending. It's, I mean, for reading paper two is pending.
yeah, book
Okay.
two is pending. Book two, I saw it's like things I studied at university.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I should still go through it?
Of course, you must. I mean, if you already know stuff, but it would in fact be faster. But yeah, please do that. Please,
Okay.
study book once. That's most recommended. And this is all. I mean, these are the steps that I think we already followed. But yeah, to your case, please do read book two and then jump on questions. But in case if you're getting bored with the readings, then
Mm,
you can solve questions in between. That will give you more confidence, because like in this case also, when you might have noticed that you apply things, you get more comfort that yeah, you know the
I see.
concepts. Even if the questions are tweaked in the exam, you will be in a position to tackle that. Does it make
I
sense?
see. Yeah. Do you have like a standard set of what service do you provide? Like if someone just is stuck with something, they can just come to you and ask. Is that how you work?
Uh, for that I'll get because I take class, so my job is to teach, but I'll get ask someone to get in touch with from the institute. They'll help you that what are the services. Like usually we do everything. We offer entire coaching as well for level one, and we have recently I think institute has launched. If you want to uh, have, I mean, usually people find that entire package may not be suitable to them, or they are already taking coaching from someone else. Then they can
Mm.
just come to us with a set of questions of their choice, and we
Uh,
would have the sessions like this to address those questions at a very nominal price. So 10 questions of your choice from entire FRM curriculum. We will be have the sessions like this to make you understand
okay.
things better.
Okay. Thank you very much. I will do